if you want to watch how I build this, stay tuned and check it out. Wife and kid are gone for the day, so we have time to get our stuff done. So no bullshit, no BS, and no fiddle farting around. We got a bumper to build. If we get that done today, then we can also start on that cage. So let's get some breakfast first. Alright, now that I'm fat and happy, let's start on this bumper. I think we need to move a few things to get the Jeep back in here, just in case it rains, because it is supposed to rain all day. Let's get that done real fast. So we got the Jeep moved into the garage, and I forgot that I needed more bolts, so I went and grabbed more bolts from Harbor Freight, and we're about to bolt on that plate. It's right there, which of course you still can't see. Here's the other one. So that's our starting point, and we'll get that put on. Alright, so I got the bender pulled out, and all my test pieces are the wrong material. So I've got a piece of junk stuff that I already have, that I've already clearly cut off. I marked it every inch up to 24 inches, and we are going to bend ourselves a new 90, just as a reference piece. So I zero this piece, completely flush. It's marked all the way through, every 1 inch, and lined. So what that does is that gives us a nice reference point to how much tube we are using per bend. And what that's going to allow us to do is correctly and accurately figure out how much tube we need to cut and mark so we can bend the radius in the proper spot. So first we're going to make the one tube that's following the body line. I'm probably going to go a couple inches in, and we're just going to come all the way out and around. There will be standoffs off the center of those, and I got to drill that one out a little bit bigger. But I've got loose bolts, that way I can pull the bolt out and give myself enough room between the plate and the tube, so I can verify that I have enough space to work and get the bolt in and out of the bumper. So when you take it off and put it on, you're not getting screwed. I think that's a little bit more than 90. Just a hair though. Alright, so we got our test piece, and it is, I think I bent it just a little bit too much, but it gives us our basic radius. So 24 inches, and then you see all the way down. So what we're gonna do is shove that out of the way. We're gonna measure that. Really hard to do one-handed. So we're gonna have it right about there. I want to keep this as high up as possible so that we have a nice clearance at the bottom. We want to hug the body as much as possible, so essentially we're going to keep it level to the top of the frame piece. And then this is sticking out far enough so we know about how far we need to keep the tube off of the plate. Alright, so I grabbed some better lighting. So, here's the plan. Center line is the center of the frame. I can't hold that up and do it at the same time, but it is 18 inches is where the tube lines just on the inside of the fender. So I'm going to go 18 inches from center of frame on both sides. I've got the line marked over here as well. From center to frame is 40 and a half. And then I'm going to go 18 inches from this point out, and that's where I'll have the bend on each side. So that tells me how much tube that I need. And here's a better picture for you. So center of frame, center to frame, end of tube, end of tube. 18 inches from here out, and then 40.5 in the middle. Now, hard part is making it happen in real life. So let's see how many times I can't mess this up. One thing that I didn't explain was that we're going to be cutting off about 6 to 8 inches of the tube that's wrapped underneath the fender. So it's going to come under the fender and it's going to stop. It's not going to go all the way to the tire. It's not going to go all the way to the inside of the fender. It's not going far in. So we've got wiggle room on where everything can be. As long as we get the center accurate, we're good. Alright, so we've got the tube measured out. We've got our 18 inches, or our length of tube, 76 inches and a half, ends here. We don't need this extra tube. So I'm going to cut it off because this will be the start of a bend. It'll end here, which you can't see. It'll end here, and the same thing we'll do on the other side. And one thing I love about welded tube is you've got a solid line all the way down the entire length of tube. So you have a reference point on the entire tube. I put that point to the inside of the bend. It's the weakest point of the tube, so I want that at the least vulnerable spot, the inside of the tube, inside of the bend. So we're gonna cut this off, and then we're gonna get to bending. Hit the camera. Alright, well, I like that one a lot better than previous, so our bend is right here on our line, right where I wanted it. So take this, flip the tube around, put this on the other end, and hopefully we didn't fuck anything up. These should be parallel in the same plane and fit perfectly where I want them to. Alright, now this is the big moment. Did I do this right? Or did I completely mess it up? So that's 50 bucks in tube if I messed it up. I can't get it out. Alright, there it is. Looks pretty damn good to me. Alright, let's lay it flat and see if I messed it up at all. And there it is. Pretty damn good to me. Let's fit it up to the Jeep and see how it looks. Sit right like that. Alright, so I have the tube notched. Now what I'm going to do is measure back my 3 inches from the crest of the tube, and that'll give me the point where I need to cut out here, and that'll make it so the tube sits 3 inches. Or I want 2 inches. Hang on, let me remeasure. Alright, so I have a little pieces. I'm going to assume that that's going to go, give or take, right about there. Maybe over a little bit more. You know, I always forget that I'm able to make a YouTube video. I've got to record stuff. So, alright. both ends cleaned off here and down there. We're gonna tack on our tube. Make sure we get it nice and level. We're only gonna put one tack on it for now, just to make sure we get it in the right spot. Probably should measure. Go. I'm supposed to have friends come over here and help me, but they decided to blow me off. So now I gotta figure out how to do this by myself, because nobody else is helping me. Alright, so this is what I came up with. A couple clamps. Oh yeah, I definitely got to center that tube. Quite a bit. Alright, so let's see if I can't do this. Just follow them face. There they go. So I need to make a center line, because I did not do that. I don't want it to stick lower than the bumper, I just want it to, for the skid plate. I just want to give it some protection if it gets rear-ended or something. Let's figure it out. Alright, so I had to move everything into the garage. It sort of ran sideways into the garage, so nice steady rain. We need it. Midwest thing. So Betty's in the garage. I think I have this figured out. I am not 100% sure. I had to take a break for a little bit and figure it out. But this is bent to about 46 degrees. The button for some reason just doesn't let off when I want it to. So on mark center, we're going to bend. Hopefully everything is, you know, I measured right. A little geometry, a little math. I don't know. I probably messed this up somehow, but this is a scrap piece that I'm going to try out. If for some reason that I mess it up, I got 2 more sticks. So, all right, so. A little update, I got that notched, got the tube bent, and I mismeasured a little bit, so what I'm going to do to solve the issue is move that guy in. But bars on there, it's pretty much level. I thought I'd measured enough, and apparently I did not. So, easy fix. That's why we tack weld everything first. Now let's see if I was accurate. I measure We're going to measure between here and the end of the tube. Looks like it's just a 1/16 more than 4 inches. I hope I said 4, because that's 4.5. Okay, it is 4.5. Sweet, looks like I did it right. Okay, so quick update. Got everything pulled apart. I've got those tack welded to here. I've got everything set up. This tube is not welded on yet. So I talked to the customer and he wants a V in the middle of this. I don't know whether it's inverted or whatever. So I'm going to start with the two outside ones because they're easy. We're going to notch that and get those done. And it's 2 straights on the outside and a V in the middle. So I figured I'd do the notches, do the straight ones first because they're the easiest, and we can go from there. I've got a buddy of mine coming over to help me, and we are going to hopefully have this done here within the next hour or so. Okay, so we've got both of these built, set into place, and the guy wants a V in the middle. So we're gonna cut that out. We already lobbed off a piece of extra tube. We got it mocked up in the vise inside of the tube notcher, and it took us a minute to figure out how to get all that set up. Let's see if it actually works. Alright, so we got the first cut made, and it went better than expected. Took a minute to set up, but we got it. Now we've got the second spot here, and we're going to cut the tube because its overall length won't fit in our jig over there. So we're going to cut the tube just a little bit before that mark, so you can actually see it. A little bit before that mark, that way we can get everything set in a jig and make one clean pass. I think we're just a little bit long. Not much though, I mean. Okay, maybe a little bit. 1/4 inch, maybe.
I'll say do a little bit at a time until we figure out the precise measurement instead of cutting too short.
Yeah.
Can't add on, can always cut off.
I think we broke it. What?
So it looks like, look at the top. This needs to be wedged up. So you're gonna have to take all that apart. There now.
I always wondered what some of those drill bits were for. I had a couple that looked like that. I didn't know it did that.
Well,
It is an aging thing.
because we got to go down
Yeah.
to be able to. Oh, time to Google.
Still works.
Oh. Yeah, still like 1/4 inch from being all the way up in there.
But that's pretty much how I think it started.
Take a hammer and kind of press
Tap
it in.
Yeah. Let's go see if this fits first.
Yeah. Anyways,
Fits first.
back to the actual project.
It's better? Where's it where it need to be? Check this out.
This is wrong. See that versus this?
Well, you got the same gap on each side.
No, because this. Or well, yeah, I guess
our
it's right
tube
there.
is too long. So if we come off the edge over here, the tube is at the right angle. It's just too long.
Yeah, again,
Yeah. And we took off,
like an 1/8.
yeah, give or take.
So maybe just a hair over an 1/8 this time.
Yeah. Maybe.
3rd time's the charm, right?
If the drill press works.
We are professionals.
Don't try this at home.
Or do, we don't care. Hello. I bet that's wedged in pretty good at least.
Well, it made decent marks in the lumber, so.
Let's try again. It looks like it's up a hair. It's not coming out now.
Yeah, no kidding. Now watch, there's a set screw in there somewhere. Actually, let's check that. Let's see if there's a set screw in there. Because there is a...
Hold on, let me
Get a real light.
Don't look at my screen. It's private. Yep, right there, right there. You see it? Here.
Yeah, I see it.
So
I bet you it's literally just press fit.
yeah, I don't know. I'm not an
'Cause there's-
expert.
There's nothing there.
Obviously, we're not experts. We're hitting it with a 2x4 and a sledgehammer.
This thing's been in my life for 20-something years, and I didn't know anything about it when I got it. Hell, the whole top was full of cat poop. Not cat poop, mouse poop. Mice were living in
I
it.
say the cats are pretty small if we can get fitting in there.
Yeah, man. They weren't doing their job, let's put it that way.
Yep. Alright, well, cutting you back off. We're getting this set up.
Alright, so now that we know that that comes out, I've had drill bits that I didn't know how to use them. Like you can see, I've used this one. I've put it in there. I just didn't realize the whole chuck came out. Why do I feel stupid? But that's cool as shit. I love old tools.
Take 3.
I didn't tighten it to tube enough. Oh. Yeah, let off. Let's try right there.
Take 4.
And go. This one's probably going to take off a little bit more.
guessing. I don't think I'm putting it. Alright, cut number 3.
Woohoo! Or is it 5, 7? One count.
It's our 3rd time.
3rd attempt. Ooh!
Now that's
That looks good.
actually smooth.
I mean, you got a millimeter?
Enough for a weld to fill in.
Oh, yeah. Pretty boy! Sets the dogs off.
So we measured for 6.5 and ended up being 6.
Yep. Cut out a 45. We guesstimated 6.5.
Because we're experts.
Exactly. So,
Now that
4
we know.
cuts? 3 cuts?
It's 3 cuts. 3rd time's the charm.
3.5. We had a few extra issues there in the middle. But yeah, let's make another one.
Round 2. Don't press down so much.
Yeah, just the weight of the saw.
Dangling like a little booger.
Just begging to be picked.
Yeah, a little battery.
I'm gonna swap them.
Yay! There might be a pin that goes in there. Or something. Well, I guess there was nothing to fall out, was there?
No. And plus with the drill bits, they're the same. I wonder if we just need to clean that grease off and it's just press fit.
You want to take the lube away?
It's lubing the wrong thing.
You don't want the lubed shaft?
Not on me, no. Or any for that matter.
Now you're going to try to be professional and just flip it over?
Sure, it's the tube nice.
Oh. Not gonna wing it. Not gonna try to be professional.
No. Rubber bus. I even marked the right spot.
Cutting it the right way?
Yeah. Just gotta make sure I got it right.
Are you sure?
Yeah, because those tubes are parallel.
Am I making you second guess yourself?
No.
What are you looking for? You gotta get down in there first. There we go. Keep pressure on it.
I'm gonna hit it with a mallet.
Oh. Redneck engineering. Hit it with a hammer.
If it works, it works.
Well, it worked for like one cut for us. I don't think that worked because you're just hitting the bottoming out the shaft down there.
We'll see.
Just keep pressure on it. It's only when you lift up when it comes out.
We gotta get rid of that inner piece. It's hitting.
Not quite enough.
Yeah.
Need a punch and a hammer. You know where you're punching at?
You don't know.
Here's bolts.
It's stopping us from getting deep in it. We did it again.
Herky jerky.
Married life. Now the true test.
We got it in one shot or not?
Yeah. Is it the same length? Just about.
Get the other one, put it side by side.
So is that somewhere?
Close enough.
I mean, they're at the same angle.
Yeah, it just looks like this one maybe a little.
Here, if I push them both in.
Yeah, close enough. By the time you weld it, it'll.
Yeah.
Now to grind off the burrs and
There you go.
what it should look like, but in the middle.
Yeah. I don't think I'd ever want to do this as a back and forth and back and forth and back and forth thing.
And then these off to the edges.
That'd look
A little dangerous there.
Yeah.
There's a sharp edges. But
That'd
yeah,
look cool too.
they'll see in the either the thumbnail or the end of the video what it ends up being anyways. Okay, it's solid right there, so double check before you go any further. It looks good to me.
It's going.
Perfect.
I knew that was gonna happen.
Almost perfect. Yeah, but that's weldable.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say. Might as well clamp it on. Slowly. That'll give you better abilities to weld in fully better without getting hot ambers in your face.
And in my freaking sock. That one hurt.
Everywhere. Yeah. So much better being up here.
Alright, so it's been a day or two and we finally got the bumper finished. And here it is. Got the D-rings finally put in. Just threw one in just to double check fitment and make sure it holds. So this thing's definitely not going to break. You got it fully welded all the way to the plate. It's wrapped around this upper tube. It's also wrapped around this lower tube. So it'll destroy this bumper before that rips apart. So good and solid. It's been a lot of fun building this. I've learned quite a bit. And I've made a really, really big mess. So I don't know if you can see it or not, but there's metal shavings everywhere. So I got a bit of a mess to clean up. Okay, I got a lot of a mess to clean up. But the guy's gonna come pick up his bumper tomorrow, hopefully, and we will get this thing out of here. As always, like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you think. Tell me your thoughts. Weird or not, just let me know. See ya.